today and is still serving a life sentence for her role in the Manson family murders. Following our interview with her in '94, we talked with some other key figures in this notorious case. The arguments back then were very much the same as they are today. There is a general consensus that she's remorseful and rehabilitated, but there's always this question. Considering her part in one of our most gruesome crimes, can her debt to society ever really be repaid? A distinguished panel joins us now for a look at crime and punishment. Here in Washington is Paul Van Houten, Leslie's father. This is his first ever appearance with regard to this crime since it happened. In Los Angeles, Leslie's lawyer, criminal defense attorney John Markham.
Yeah.
Also Vincent Bugliosi, Manson's prosecutor and author of the runaway bestseller, Helter Skelter. And Patty Tate, Sharon Tate's sister, and now an outspoken victim's advocate. How do you think your daughter did tonight, Paul?
She did very well. I was really proud of her.
This had to be an incredible shock to you when this arrest occurred. Can you remember back to that time?
Well, I had a feeling when I saw the name Leslie Sankston in Waterloo, Iowa, because we'd been in Waterloo, Iowa, and Leslie was her name. And then a friend of mine went to the jail and told me that it was Leslie. But a judge had told me not to become involved until she appeared because there's no way that I'd have enough money to hire a lawyer to defend her.
Did you know she was with Manson and that she
I didn't know anything about Manson, but I knew she was in trouble because they had my credit card, and the Union Oil Company, when I reported the card, said they couldn't catch him, but something would happen that they would catch him.
Vince Bugliosi, you prosecuted this case. What did you think of Leslie tonight, and what did you think of her attempt to get out?
This is the part.
Well, it's understandable that she wants to get out, and obviously it's not pleasant to spend the rest of your life behind bars, Larry. I want to say one thing before I get into the substance of this case, that it's a little difficult for me to be on the same show with Mr. Van Houten, speaking ill of his daughter in any way. Obviously, as a father, he loves her very much, and he wants to see her come home, and I certainly understand that.
Then, Vince.
But we should not forget that Lino and Rosemary LaBianca also had fathers, and mothers, of course, who loved them very much and wanted their lives to be spared just as much as Mr. Van Houten understandably wants his daughter to come back home. I think there's several issues here, Larry. One is whether she's rehabilitated. There's somewhat of a misconception among many people that if you're rehabilitated, ergo, you're entitled to be set free. But there are two other reasons why we incarcerate people, and that's deterrence, setting an example, thereby deterring other prospective killers or criminals from violating the law, and retribution, punishment. My personal belief is that if she were to be set free right now, these two requirements of retribution and deterrence would not be met, and that's why I'm opposing her being set free. On the issue of rehabilitation, I think it would be presumptuous of me to even give an opinion on that. I haven't been in Leslie's presence since 1971. Even if I were, I'm not equipped to make a determination about that.
Were you impressed with her tonight?
I was impressed by her. In defense of her, I can say this, that she seems to be a model prisoner, and everyone seems to say that she is very remorseful for these murders. But there's one observation I'd like to make about the issue of rehabilitation, Larry. If someone participates, as Miss Van Houten did, in murders as incredibly brutal and vicious and unspeakable and nightmarish as these murders were, it seems to me, Larry, I could be wrong, but it seems to me that there must be something, what we don't know, but something inside of them, something in the deepest recesses of their soul, their guts, that enabled them to do what they did, something that most of us fortunately do not have, because I want to continue this thought.
Okay, so you're not going to continue your thought because I paused you, Bugliosi. You're not qualified for any of this. So if that something's true, and you offered Susan Atkins, one of the most violent of the Manson family, you offered her immunity, and then that didn't go your way, so then you offered Linda Kasabian immunity. Linda Kasabian, who was, a thief and a drug addict, and it still is. Weird. Maybe you were right about her, but I don't think you were right about Leslie. But I'll let you finish.
Because I want to continue this thought. Something that enabled them to do it, you and I would never do something like this. Now, we might not be able to isolate or identify that element, but I think it must be there, and therefore, to release a type of person like this on a vulnerable society may be taking a risk that we shouldn't take. One little footnote. I just want to make...
Vince, I got to get some other people in.
Okay.
John.
No. Well, then why did you do that? Why did you release these people like Linda Kasabian on a vulnerable society who she continues to take advantage of? Why was that, Vince? Was it because she was the only one who could prove your case to get your book? Okay, no, I'll let you finish. Oh, wait, no, Larry won't either.
John Markham, why should she be paroled?
The law in California is very clear. Once you've served your base term, which in her case is about 17 to 20 years, depending on how you formulate it, you are to be released.
Then why was she denied?
Unless, Larry, you are to be released once you've served that term, unless you are perceived to be an unreasonable risk of danger to society. They say to her over and over that she is such a risk, even though every prison official who deals with her, monitors her, counsels her, reports on her, and these are people who've seen everything and heard everything, say unanimously she is an excellent candidate for release.
So therefore, after you've done the 20, you say there's no reason to hold her.
No reason to hold her, and that unreasonable risk factor is what makes us a discriminating society. You don't let everybody out after they serve their base term because some people remain dangerous.
Yeah.
For example, Manson.
Don't go away.
I guess it's important to me that you understand that it's not something I just deal with when I come to the hearings. That each day I wake up, I know why I'm waking up where I am. And I've done my best to carry myself and live my life in a way that other people aren't harmed. And that's part of what I have felt is one of the only ways I can make up for the loss of life. It's one of the hardest things in dealing with having contributed to murder is that there's no restitution.